Good morning. Welcome everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you a prediction reading for the 4th of April. Now I am here with my doggos today, guys. We're inside because it's a little bit cloudy and it looks a little bit like rain out there, so I thought it'd be a little unpredictable. So I'm here with Sprocket and I've also got you, Sophie. You going to say hello, Sophie? Oh, they're wrecked because we had our doggy walks with Sandy yesterday. So I am in my daughter's room today, guys, because she's doing work in the lounge room for her homeschooling. So sometimes I get a little bit challenged where to shoot my videos. So excuse the the bit boring set today. It's not quite as nice as being outside in the garden, but anyway. Okay, welcome anybody new to my channel. We've built a community here of people who share the truths pretty much around the world and let each other know what's really going on in our countries, because as we know, we don't really get it on mainstream media. So thank you. Consider subscribing. That would be great as well. If you are new, hit that bell notification on my videos pop up, and please hit the like buttons, and please feel free to comment. It takes me a day or two to get back to you, but I do get there in the end if YouTube actually gives me your comments, of course, which sometimes they have been known to take them away for periods of time and then return them. Plus, I do have to search for them, guys, because they don't always put them under my videos. They go and put them in the studio. They go and put them all in different areas, so I have to hunt for them. Okay, first off, guys, a little bit of admin, not a lot. Taiwan earthquake, horrific. Unbelievable. But a lot of the buildings did survive. They're quite well designed. A lot of the buildings didn't collapse. Some fell over, but they're still intact. But, oh, goodness, I can't even imagine. So we know there's still a lot of this volatile earthquake shifting energy that's going on. We've been talking about it a lot here for the past 6 months. We know this is the year of the big shift. So there's a lot of vibrational frequency changes as well. So we're going to hear more about earthquakes. Did you see the video, guys, of the boulders just rolling down the hill onto the road? So scary. The cars were reversing back. It'd be absolutely terrifying. They weren't just rocks, they were like bloody boulders. Huge mongers. Just scary. Things like that happen so quickly, don't they, guys? Cheers, everyone. I haven't got my coffee. The other thing I just wanted to mention to you, yesterday we got a lot of Coldplay songs in the little playlist at the end of the video. And I was just playing I've been playing their music since yesterday. Oh, sorry guys. Oh, the tiring energy this year. So much to think about. Plus it's moving at such a fast pace, isn't it? After I finished with the video yesterday, I put it on in my car and I put, Coldplay's greatest hits or whatever, because I thought I'll have a listen to some of those songs, guys, because I love Coldplay. And then another song came up this morning, and I just thought it just reminded me of us, freedom fighter, rebel, braveheart, maverick, biker, BS detectives, and it's called Us Against the World. And I just want you to go and listen to it. It's got some really cute words in it that I just thought of us straight away. There's this part in the beginning where it says, lift off this blindfold. Sorry guys, let me start again. Lift off this blindfold and let me see again. Meaning that's what happens with the awakening. It's like someone takes the blindfold off and you just see the world through a whole different lens. So there's a lot of little, I just can really connected to that song, Us Against the World by Coldplay. Go watch it and listen to it today. And it just had how everything's really chaotic. And sometimes, guys, it really has felt like us against the world, hasn't it? I know during the jab wheel for a lot of us, it did feel like us against the world, didn't it? Like conspiracy theorists, flat earth tin hatters against the world. And it was very disproportionate. There was a large number of people looking at us as complete fools, granny killers, etc., etc. And a lot of us have been through things. I know a lot of you might have been jab injured. A lot of you lost jobs with mandates. There's a lot of other things that went on to. I'm just using this as an extreme example where there's been times it's felt like us against the world. And sometimes we were talking about that yesterday, how it still feels like it is a little bit. Even though people are waking up, because the energy is just draining people of life now, guys. It is. Even us, the BS detectives. But I am seeing it still that way. It's like we just want people to see the truth. And sometimes it does feel like us against the world, doesn't it, guys? probably not so much the people, but more the leaders of the world, us against the world. Like, you feel like, God, are we going to have to stand up and fight this crap again? Mind you, we're all past that, and nobody wants to do that anymore because we're sick of fighting the battles for other people. But yeah, go and have a listen to that song. I just thought it was very relatable, us against the world. I've certainly felt like that at times during the last 4 years. Anyway, we're not really there now, are we, guys? We have to keep moving forward. But it does talk a lot about the chaos and that in that song. It's things swirling, and I guess you could see it too as energy rising. All right, how about we get straight into the reading, guys, without further ado, and see what comes up. Quite a bit of snoring here today. Did you like their haircuts? If you haven't seen their haircuts, go check out my video yesterday. At the end, I show you their haircuts. Oh, they're so funny. They look so cute. Makes them look younger. And they certainly look cleaner and tidier. All right. England's rising. Keep getting it. Dun, I'm getting the Rocky on the stairs again. Dun 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 dun. Flying high now, flying high now, gonna fly. I keep getting that image of all the kids running behind Rocky Balboa in the Rocky movie where he's running up to the stairs. Oh, it's so good. This is England. This is England, which means surrounding areas, UK, London, all these areas, Wales. I'm getting it. Stand-ups. And what more can you do? Because Sushi's dishing out all this bullshit that nothing makes sense. Well, obviously following in Trudeau's footsteps with all the idiotness taxes of rain tax. Oh, what is it? We always laugh about breathing tax. Oh, there'll be the sun tax, one of you mentioned too. When you get too much sun, you're going to get taxed for that. Like, mind you know what I keep laughing at with Trudeau is that he's the one, probably with the geoengineering, creating the rain. So they're charging you. And you're probably paying for the rain to be made. So go figure. Idiotness. But someone was telling me yesterday there's a few changes around some of this geoengineering of the weather. Some people are standing up to it. Some of the, is it governors in somewhere? Sorry, guys, I get a lot of comments and I get a bit muddled up. You have to forgive me, let alone all the incoming messages. So I am getting that England is rising. Oh, it's so good. I'm seeing all of England, which is surrounding areas, UK, standing on those steps with Rocky Balboa, just shaking your hands like this. We're gonna fly now. Oh, it's so good. Fingers, fingers. I'm getting the end of April into May. End of April into May. I know there's movement, but you need more. We need more. Let's keep putting that vibrational frequency out, guys, for you guys in UK. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, I'm getting... Of course we are. I'm getting that song, and this is probably in the UK, or it would be pretty much globally. I'm getting that song by, is it Eddie Mercury? I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride it well. I want to ride my bicycle. I'm just getting that song because this is what they want us to do. Ride our bicycles everywhere. So this year we've got the 15-minute city, 20-minute neighbourhoods and all the above really starting to roll out. This is going to start happening pretty much everywhere. We know the UK, that's what Sushi's going to be pushing. He wants everyone to ride their bicycle. And I'm guessing, if you're here on my channel, it ain't going to be an EV bicycle because most of us are avoiding the old lithium battery situations. Well, they're going to be banned from buildings anyway into the future, as we know, because of their high danger of starting fires. But I am getting that song, I want to ride my bicycle, meaning they just want us all riding around on bicycles. But remember, it's okay for them to fly their jet planes and their big gas-guzzling cars everywhere, all these global elites and leaders. So they're going to be really pushing bicycles, and I would say it would be the EV bikes they'll be pushing the most. I mean, we're still going to have all the mountain bikes and all this kind of speed bikes and all this kind of stuff as well. But I do feel there'll be a lot more pushing of the EV bikes and how it's a much... Oh, God. this is mostly in the UK, and how it's much more economical to get around. You don't have the traffic hassles. You can just zip along. They're going to make it all sound wonderful. You know, and if you buy 3 of these, you're going to get a super discount. There's going to be packages galore. We know how it's going to go. All very enticing. Forgetting that, you know, in the UK, you do have a lot of grey sky, a lot of rain, etc., etc. So you're going to get quite wet and snowed on probably by the time you get to work. Same with Canada, etc. Imagine riding a bike in minus, 30, don't you get over there? Oh, my God. It's just not sounding so appealing to the little people, isn't it? So I am getting that. They're going to really push the EV bikes, it's saying. That's the next thing. Downsizing, because then you won't have to pay your although you probably will have to pay your registration, because they'll probably make you put a little number plate on it and have it registered for the road. So you probably will be. But everything will be like downsizing. Everything's going to be wonderful and easy. That's how they're going to sell it. And it's all about the tracking and tracing and controlling and keeping you in your 15-minute zone. So you don't go out of your little neighbourhood. All right. Well, it's all sounding wonderful, isn't it? Guys. Oh, it's full steam ahead for sushi. All right. I'm getting German farmers. They're still at it. German farmers are still at it. I'm getting this visual of the German farmers on their farm trucks like crossing. They're doing this crossing thing, crossing over each other, or they're messing something up. They're crossing. I'm just getting this crossing. They're not just doing this in straight lines. It could be that they're crossing across the country. It could be they're blocking more roads that come into the cities. There's this crossing energy where they're coming like from everywhere further. Could be that they're coming from further afield too to have their say. They're coming from the more outskirts of Germany. I am getting that. They're all crossing paths now and coming together. I still feel like this is happening in Germany. I don't think they're having a lull quiet period. Of course, nothing on the news here in Oz. Tell you that much. 0. Let us know if anyone sees anything about Germany, but I'm still getting the people are rising in Germany. And it's not just the farmers. I feel like they show me the little people, peasants and Lego people in Germany are very proud. They're very proud people in Germany, and they will fight back. I keep getting it. I keep getting that visual member of the Berlin Wall kind of image getting built again between the people and government. It's really good. They're still going strong. The people are really working as a team. It's showing me they've got, this isn't literally, but they've got people working on the cement with the trowel and all that, like building this wall, and then people passing them the bricks, and everyone's working together. It's this teamwork thing to fight back against government. That's just what I'm getting. This isn't literally building a fence. It's just building barriers, protecting themselves by keeping government away. Which is probably blocking a lot of roads and things like that. That's just what I'm getting. Which affects transportation, which in turn affects goods and services, because nothing's being delivered around the country, and then it causes chaos, and the little people, then they stand up because they're not getting their food supplies and all this kind of thing. It sort of affects everybody down the line. So it almost forces people in a good way to actually stand up and wake up as well. Okay. Getting a few governments are kind of receding. They're stepping back a little bit. And Chris Luxon is one of these. He's standing back a little bit, assessing the situation. In New Zealand, he doesn't like to rush into things. We know he's going to implement a couple of things and rub people up the wrong way. We know he's got to follow some of the agenda. But it doesn't sit well with him. I keep saying he's uncomfortable with this rollout. But I am getting that he's like standing back and assessing things. And he could even be assessing how other countries are going and how the people are reacting to certain things, seeing how he could somehow implement that in his country. I feel like he's doing a lot of observing at the moment to see what the outcomes and the results are going to be. So he hasn't definitely acted on a lot of stuff yet. But he is getting really pulled to implement quite a few things now. We knew it was going to happen, guys. It's no surprise there, is it? But he gets very torn. I keep saying it. He's torn. He has a real affinity with the New Zealand people. He really is connected to the New Zealand people. He must have done things in the past that he's really had a lot of interconnection with. Or could even be that, do you call yourself native indigenous people, the Maoris in New Zealand? He's also had a lot to do with business owners. I feel like whatever he's done leading up to this part of his journey, he's had a lot of experience with how everything runs, with how the New Zealand Maoris conduct themselves, to how the small business conducts, how the little people are. And this is why he's always challenged by, well, the garbage and lies that he's having to think about implementing. He hasn't implemented it all. He's certainly going to do a couple of things, but like I keep saying, it's not sitting easy with him at all. And I think if you see interviews of him, you'll see that it's saying that brow, like you'll see that seriousness on his brow where he's carrying this heavy load. It's not easy for him. He's not got a clear-cut path and a clear mind. He's got a very heavy mind with a lot of burden about how he's going to tackle all this. It's just what I'm getting for New Zealand. So sit tight, guys, and see where this goes. But like I keep saying, you guys will stand up in New Zealand. It's not an issue. And if something just triggers off, you guys will stand up. Not for a bit yet. Might not be till July, actually, for you guys in New Zealand. Any protests or fight backs, or could be around wages too. Could be that the wages aren't keeping up to cost of living, as we know. It's sort of being left behind, isn't it? Not for the elites. They always seem to be getting their big payouts and pay rises, as we know, because they do such a wonderful job of looking after everybody. God, they should get a pay decrease. Or sack the lot. That'd be what we'd wish on this channel, isn't it, guys? All right, let's keep going. I'm getting for us as awake people, we have to really, what do they say? We have to enhance the unspoken word now. We have to focus a lot more as people doing their spiritual masters, as the guides keep saying. We've got to focus more on the unspoken word. What are we seeing? What are we hearing? What are we feeling? What are we sensing? Now, we do this automatically, a lot of us, but they're saying that we have the ability to use more telepathy. We've got stronger, they're saying, kind of powers than what we know, which is vibrational frequency. We can start using more of this telepathy now and vibration to hone in on things, to get messages across, to hear more clearly. And I often talk about the antenna. I talk about the antenna, like the old TV set rabbit ears, where we can pick things up. I've explained to you how horses can tilt one ear and then hear something else with the other ear. If you watch horses, I'd never noticed that till recently. They listen with like almost two different ears. It's weird. So we've got to start fine-tuning now our perception of everything, which I think we have a lot. If you think about being out in nature or the things that we love doing, the music, the things we do, we're really starting to get a much clearer reality of all of that, aren't we? But it's our perception. We've got to make sure we're perceiving the right things and not getting drawn back to the negativity, the past, the dark energies. Just keep moving and keep staying in the light is what I'm getting for us. And the guides are kind of saying, like, they showed me that Russell Crowe movie, is it again, Brilliant Mind, where he was the mathematician, I think it was. It's saying we've got these brilliant minds that we're able to process things quite easily. It's like they're saying to me, like, the information comes in as intuitive, sensitive, psychics, etc., that we are. The messages come in and we quickly file them. I always talk about this Mulder and Scully filing cabinet, but they're showing me also the little filing, you know, when you can put all your little cards on a little circle and it's like a little desk file. It's saying that's how our brain wiring works. We file a lot of things into our minds, and then we can bring it up later on. So then we can join the dots. So I'm just getting, we've got to get clearer at storing and clearer at pulling out information from our, not only our logical mind, but our like feeling mind, if that makes sense. I know it would to a lot of you guys. Things we perceive, things we sense, we have to trust and know that it's the truth, is what I'm getting. Don't dismiss things, just know things, but put them in your little storage file. So it's almost like everything goes on this little mini file, and then once we piece things together, we can put them into the big X filing cabinet in the same folder when things start to click. For example, the taxes, we've got the rain tax, we've got, oh God, the diesel tax, we've got everything tax. All that goes in the one file. This is what I'm saying, and this is what allows us to work everything out in the end. Because this year is an absolute shit show, chaos, upside down. I think I called it a few months ago a deconstructed apple pie, didn't I? Where it's like an apple pie all mushed together that we're having to like piece back together. So I'm getting that. We've even got the little filing going on now of all the little snippets of information. This is a crazy year. Imagine how the people waking up feel, guys. Honestly, imagine trying to work all this out now, like 4 years later. I mean, we've been unwinding this the whole way through. We know where it's headed. We know where it's going. So it makes it much easier for us to sort of sort through the information. But a lot of people are really struggling. I said that yesterday. It's almost like we feel sad for people who can't quite see where it's all going. And we can't help it, guys. We're naturally, most of us here, empaths. We just, not only do we feel frustrated and all these other words that go along with that, but we feel sad and sorry for people who can't see it, who are now starting to lose their jobs, lose their livelihood, feeling downtrodden, getting depression. We know that'll be on the increase. Suicide, depression, all the above. It's showing me like people walking around, so people waking up with dark clouds over their head. But we know it's not a bad thing, because sometimes when you hit rock bottom, that's when you emerge stronger and a more whole person, or who you really are, not who you were, who you really are, not the things that you've taken on along your journey of life. You learn to shed all of that. So this year, honestly, guys, I've probably fried your brain with all this, but this is what's happening. We've got to keep clarity. Keep the clarity, guys. All right. And the guides are kind of showing us like this weather person, like a weather girl or a weather man, a weather person. We better use the right terminology, because that could upset someone, like the hate speech in Scotland. That's the bill that's just passed. It's showing us like this spiritual forecaster. Like we can forecast things. It's like us standing there doing the weather, like tomorrow is going to be sunny and light winds or something like that. Well, we can start to predict these things now. Like, well, look at the geoengineering, just for starters. We know there's going to be more fires. We know there's going to be more rain. We know there's going to be a lot more floods. And yes, people can say this is normal, but the things that happened last year, Maui fires, example, i.e., weren't normal. So, and I think most of us know here. So this isn't just about the weather either. It's about other things. We're like spiritual forecasters now. We can sort of predict what's coming and how people are going to react. It's like having that foresight. It's like being forewarned is forearmed. We can tell what's going to happen. When they bring out this bill, or when they bring out 15-minute cities, or whatever they're going to be doing, ULEZ tracking and tracing, pretty much that's going to upset people and rock the boat. We can predict that. So this is kind of what the guides are saying. We can see what's about to happen before it happens. If something gets implemented, people are going to go into shock that are waking up, and they're going to react like this. So we've become these like spiritual forecasters, is what I'm getting. But all the while, and the guides keep saying, remaining detached. It's like not our stuff anymore. We're detached from it. We've learnt the art of detachment. It's something that we've had to really master. I would say that would be one of the things in the spiritual master's degree that we're currently doing. That is one of the biggest things we've had to master is detachment. And it's funny, guys, because when I was walking with my dogs and Sandy yesterday, I saw one of my girlfriends leaving her work. She was on the other side of the road. I reckon she saw me, but she avoided me. She went right up the other side and then crossed because I was walking past her car at the time. And I said to my girlfriend, oh, there's my friend that ditched me. And she looked over and she went, oh. And she was the one that actually got the facial paralysis, I reckon, after the jab wheel, just saying. It was probably because she was highly jabbed. Very fearful indeed. And I had no attachment to her. I kept thinking, what am I feeling? I kept listening to what I'm feeling. And you guys would be the same if you see anyone that's sort of from your past during this last 4 years. And there was just nothing there. I felt sorry for her. I felt sorry for her because she honestly probably did not see what was actually going on back then. Maybe she does now. I don't know. Maybe not. But I just didn't have any connection to her at all. I didn't feel anger. I didn't feel sad. I just felt, oh, that was my old friend. It was like I had detached. It was actually a good test. Maybe that was what the test was. You guys will feel these things too and experience these things. I did feel like I had actually detached from her. I'd let them go. They're just not a part of my life anymore. Then I'm nowhere near that vibrational frequency that they're on. And that's not saying that from ego that we're in a higher place and we're in this high frequency. It's just different. It's just that we've like vibrated away from each other is what I'm getting. And I felt the detachment. So I'd say that's something in the masterclass of awakening that we have really had to, like the guide said, master the art of detachment. And if you haven't yet, maybe go watch Eckhart Tolle and learn how to detach from things, because it removes a lot of the awful feelings like the anxiety. Oh, am I going to run into them and how will I react? And whereas when you know that you're detached from it, you're not going to hardly see them. You're not going to have the same reactions that you did a long time ago. And this is with any situation, not just things from the jab wheel. So I would say that's one of the things that we've got to tick off this year, guys, is our art of detachment. We are mastering and learning, and that's part of the growing as well. The art of detachment is a huge one. That's why we keep getting it, guys. All right, I'll see if there's anything else, and then we'll pull some cards, guys. Well, it's all about us today, isn't it? Learning and growing. Oh, I'm getting elbow down here in Australia. Elbow's a goner. When he goes to the vote, he's gone. People are absolutely livid with elbow down here. I wonder why, because he's lied about absolutely everything, sold us off to every corporate company globally that you could ever think of. So I am getting that elbow's a goner. He's not going to last. I don't even know if he'll do full term, to be honest. Like you guys always say, the frustrating part is they always have the backing of the puppet masters, don't they, who are really running the show. So I am feeling like elbows, he'd be a goner. People in Australia detest, despise, and are getting a burning hatred now for elbow. Oh, that's pretty harsh. Probably true, though, because he has made some terrible promises and never delivered on anything. So I am getting that. He's definitely not going to be a long-term Prime Minister, put it that way. Hang on a minute. You know, I don't like reading Australia, but I know I've got a few of you. I've got some of you in Melbourne, Perth. Oh, hang on. Oh, we know we are. We're getting Panda in big time. Panda's starting to really get their mitts in Australia now. We knew it was coming. They got Solomon Islands. I always say there's activity in Papua New Guinea above Australia. Oh, we know they're working on Fiji and all these islands that we've been hoping they wouldn't, but sadly it's sort of coming to fruition. But I am getting Australia that China's really getting their claws in now. And the guides are saying that Elbow is very dangerous when it comes to Panda. He is, God, I think, isn't Biden meeting with Xi Jinping soon? There's something going on with Biden and Xi Jinping too, guys. So be warned in America. Maybe that might make you guys stand up. You have to wonder, don't you? Yeah, I'm just getting this that people just don't like, people in Australia don't like the fact that China's starting to get a real foothold here. Because, of course, as we all know and have known for, 4 years, it's all leading down the road of communism, which no one in Australia wants. We've been the lucky country, the country of freedom, place people wanted to see. It used to be a backpacker's paradise at one point in time. And now it's all just going down the toilet. Oh, it's just sad. It's just sad. What is Elbow doing? So I am seeing that China's like our main threat in Australia. I told you we got the police here manning this social media, the Chinese police in Australia. I think they're in England too. They've got their own police officers here. So that's why I'm always very careful what we call them Panda here. Just so, you know, YouTube doesn't, the AI rather, pick up on everything. But I am getting that because we know Panda wants world domination. That's their goal. They want to take it over and they're slowly just creeping forward. Oh, it's so frustrating, guys. Poor old Australia. I always say it, don't I, guys? I feel sorry for us. I think we all feel sorry for ourselves, don't we? I know if you're in Canada, if you're in the UK, you're in America. It's definitely Scotland and Ireland, everywhere. Oh, guys, what the hell? New Zealand. So we all feel sorry for ourselves, don't we, guys? We just want other people to wake up and just get rid of these dictating tyrants. No. Why do people put up with it is what I do not understand. Who would want to, I don't know how people in China have just gone along, or Panda rather, with Xi Jinping's great control. They've been forced. See, but then they're dictated to from a very young age. I suppose it's straight from preschool, isn't it? Which is what Trudeau's going to be doing soon. Oh, yes, starting with the very young toddlers. Indoctrinating their brains. Gatekeeper. Fairy time shifts, dimensional slips. Oh, we got this for someone the other day. Gatekeeper. This is us. We're very stable in our energy and we're very protective of our homes. We're very protective of our energy. Whenever I get that sword energy, it's like, it's not defeat, it's stability. To me, that's stability. That's stable with who we are, stable in our energy, but also having the sword there, we're still very protective of ourselves as well. Nice cards, these ones, aren't they, guys? Whoa. Far, far away, creative daydreaming. Oh, that's so us, isn't it? Far, far away, creative daydreaming. And I always get that song, you know, Far, Far Away Land in Shrek. We always get that song. Actually, you know what I have heard this week on my Spotify? Neil Diamond sings the song, I'm a Believer. Go listen to that version. It's a great version. There's so many versions of I'm a Believer out of Shrek, that song. But Neil Diamond's got a really good version of it. And I thought, oh, that's such a great version. I'm a Believer. Yes, it was Neil Diamond. And that's so us, daydreaming. We're always daydreaming. I know a lot of us are always daydreaming, creating. We always take ourselves to some far, far away place, don't we, guys? But that's actually healthy for us, create and being creative. See, everything starts as a like a daydream, doesn't it? You think of anything, it's like my vintage Japanese vintage decor that I'm doing in my room. It starts as a dream and then I start putting it into reality. That's just an example. You guys will be doing your own creative things as well. And that's how we escape. We escape into our creativity and our passions because they're the things that bring you back to life and make you feel good again. which most of us have discovered having gone through our awakening process, dark nights of the soul, depression, suicide, anxieties, fears, whatever you've gone through. We've learned how to do it. We take ourselves far, far away into the things that make us, oh, sorry guys, the cards are jumping. The things that make us happy again. Stolen in her sleep, unaware, unconscious, unawakened. Well, that's definitely not us, is it? This is a lot of people. They're still, well, they're not in denial. Some are still asleep. Stolen in her sleep, unaware, unconscious, unawakened. Look at the pictures around there. Look at the heads around that person. It's almost like, see, they've got the hands on her. They're trying to wake her up. There's still a lot of people being woken up. If you look at that picture, guys, look at the hands. They're almost like demons, aren't they? See, people need to wake up that this is a really dark energy, a dark force that can't be seen. We always talk about it being on a different frequency vibration, and it really, really is. So that's what I'm getting. And it's like, if you think of that mass psychosis during the jab wheel, it was like people were asleep, wasn't it? It was like a form of hypnosis. Everything was unconscious. You know, like I talked about the other day, people queued up in the cars for 6 hours to get a giant cotton swab put up their nose to get tested. Like, that's unconscious and unawakened, isn't it? So I feel like there's still people still there, but then we are going through the shift. So fingers, guys. Let's pull an affirmation as an outcome, guys. It's mad times. This year, Clown Show 2.0 is mind-boggling, isn't it, guys? Eye-opening, mind-boggling. I know you guys are thinking the exact same as me because you let me know by writing back to me. It's brilliant. We let each other know what's going on in our countries and all the madness that's happening. I try and give you guys some insights so we're a little bit prepared, hopefully. A little bit prepared. You can't really prepare for this, can you? It's complete mad. I don't even know what it is, really, to be honest. Oh, here we go. We got the skull. Allow death. Things die when they have nothing left to teach you. Let it go. And I guess that could be said for people too. Let people go. When you've learnt your lessons with those souls, they just move on. Things die when they have nothing left to teach you. Let it go. It's sad, isn't it? It's kind of sad. But when I think of anything to do with death cards or anything like that, guys, it's really a part of yourself dying as well. See, going through the awakening, it's like you do crack open and a part of you dies and leaves. It's like I always say, the snake skin. You evolve out of your old snake skin into you just move away from it. You just hop out of it like the caterpillar into the butterfly. You leave your old cocoon behind. It's allowing death, allowing things to change, allowing things to move on. We talk about change here all the time. And I'm getting that song by David Bowie. Changing, to face the change, changing. I'm gonna be a better man. See, that says it all. Time may change me, but I can't change time. We all age, we all grow older. It's just this constant process of allowing death, but it's not. Well, we all die. We know we all die. Our pets die. We die. Everybody dies. But it's also parts of you that die along the way. And the good thing is, I think for us guys, we talk about the backpacker burdens. You know, a lot of those pains in that, it's like when your soul, it's like your soul does die, but then it re-emerges better. It's like it's reborn again. It's like a rebirth, a reborn, the phoenix rising from the ashes. You wake up as this whole different person who's, well, I say, and I know you guys would probably agree, pain-free. Maybe not the physical pains. That's something we've had to work through a lot. Sandy, my girlfriend, and I were talking about that yesterday because she's had acupuncture on her neck and things as well. But the physical pains in our bodies, we've had to heal. We've had to do that healing work ourselves as awake people. We've had to get the help we've needed. And I've got to say, my knees are heaps better. I'm doing all my jobs, mowing, doing everything again. Niggles a little bit. My neck's I would say 95% better since my muscle spasms got treated with the acupuncture, etc., etc. So a lot of you out there I know are also doing this stuff. We're healing those last bits of fragments of pain in our bodies because it becomes physical, not just mental, emotional. It becomes physical in our bodies. We talk about Louise L. Hay all the time and how she's got those books that relates all the body parts to the, you know, the mental connection to your mind. We know it's closely linked. So I am getting that, guys. But we see it's the allow death. We allow it. We allow it because we know you end up going to, well, you just feel better. You just feel better. All right, let me see if there's anything else to close with today, guys. Oh, they give us some funny songs. I'm getting that song, Born to Be Alive. I love that song. Wasn't that a great disco number? Born to be alive, born to be alive. It's good to be alive. It's good to be alive. I'm going to leave you with that song today because I think it's just that upbeat. We need to go and listen to it because it's just a great feeling. Let's go listen to the words of that song today. Born to be alive. Don't know who sings it, but we're going to go and play it anyway. Just type it in, Born to Be Alive. And that's what happens after you go through and you allow that death process of your old soul breaking down. You think about it, we're born to be alive. We're born to live life. What is it? We got that for you, Jen, the other week. You're here for a long time, so make it a fun time. That's what I'm going to leave you with today. Jen's quote. Thank you, Jen, for everybody. And also, I also love that quote you gave me ages ago, Jen, about the things that happen to you aren't a life sentence. They're just lessons. They're just lessons to help take you to like the next level. That was a good one too. You don't have to carry them around for a lifetime. The things that happen to you can let them go. All right, I'm going to leave you with that today. I'm going to say goodbye from the doggos. There's Sprocket, that end. Sophie, you going to say goodbye? Sophie? No. They're wrecked today, aren't they, guys? Sorry. I've always got my hand in front of the camera. Such a professional turnout. You know that I am. All right, thanks, guys, heaps for watching. You know I appreciate all of you and all your beautiful comments. Let us know what's happening in your part of the world. I can tell you there's zero happening down here in Oz as per usual. If we could just get rid of Elbow, it would be sweet. All right, take care, everybody. Like buttons, please subscribe, and please comment. I love hearing from you, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye, everyone. I'm going to try and shoot a Rumble video today. Wish me luck if I can load it. Okay, bye.